Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Still with you on today's edition of Arab Affairs, and we're delighted to be joined now over the telephone by His Excellency Ambassador Ayman Meshrafa, former assistant to the Foreign Minister. It's a very good afternoon to Your Excellency.
Good afternoon for you and the viewer. Thank
you very much, Mr. Ambassador, for joining us this afternoon. Now, of course, Egypt has welcomed the establishment of the international mechanism for delivering humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip, which, of course, is suffering a tragic humanitarian situation. And this comes after the Security Council resolution, which was adopted, which calls for the continued and large-scale delivery of humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip. How do you see this recent development, Your Excellency?
I do see that this resolution is a small step or a baby step in the right direction. This resolution was adopted after 3 or 4 days of wrangling and deep negotiation.
Yes.
And I think this resolution was weakened because it fell short of calling an immediate ceasefire, because an immediate ceasefire would help the flow of aid in a steady and normal and organized way.
Yes.
In the same time, it fell short of giving the United Nations of the neighboring country a full control of the flow of aid to Gaza. Still, the Israeli, in a way or another, they do have control. And in the same time, the Security Council resolution didn't address a very important political issue, a permanent settlement.
Yes.
It didn't address and call for a permanent settlement of 2 states according to all well-known resolution, the most important of them, the 242 and the 338. So it addressed only a part of the problem, that means to help the flow of aid. And even the wording itself of the resolution, it was weak, to create an environment to the flow of aid. It was not a strong enough and direct resolution to condemn the violence of Israel and all the atrocities that the Gaza Strip residents have been suffering since more than 75 days.
Indeed, Mr. Ambassador. As you said, this is rather, a watered-down resolution, as you said, but baby steps in the right direction. Do you see that this could lay the groundwork for a different kind of resolution the next time round, which would call for a cessation of hostilities and attacks?
Well, as we know, the resolution has been passed by 13 votes, and the Russian and the American abstained.
Abstained, yes.
The United States has been using the veto right to any resolution addressing the cause and the root of the problem, condemning Israel or calling for an immediate and unconditional ceasefire or calling for a 2-state solution. Really, the stumbling block is always the United States, because the United States is the only country with other few small countries which are voting against any strong resolution which call for a 2 states. And the 2-state resolution, it's very, very important, because the cause of all this hostility and the eruption of violence and counter-violence is due to the lack of the political will of the international community to impose a 2-state solution and to give the Palestinians the right to have their own state in a safe border and a viable working border, not a piece of Swiss cheese. Even in the West Bank and Gaza, the settlers are eating up daily and constantly the Palestinian land. So, according to what we see on the fact of the ground, we cannot see a viable Palestinian state.
Absolutely. Now, Your Excellency, Mr. Ambassador, in a statement by the Foreign Ministry, Egypt welcomed the appointment of a high-level UN coordinator to facilitate the entry and coordination, as well as the monitoring and the verification of aid within the Gaza Strip. How important do you see this step with regards to the provision of aid in a sustainable manner to scale, to use from the wording of the resolution?
I do believe that it's a good step to putting in the hand of a United Nations coordinator to monitor the flow of aid from the international community. For instance, the European Union has pledged 130 million euro for aid for Gaza, and there is a continuous flow of Arab and Egyptian aid. So, I mean, it's a step in the right direction, and I think the Foreign Ministry, the Egyptian Foreign Ministry has always been on the right of the side of legitimacy and is hailing any steps towards easing and alleviating the suffering of the Palestinian people. And Egypt is playing in a very important role in passing and flowing the aid to the Gaza Strip.
Absolutely, Your Excellency, which leads me to my next question. Egypt has played a critical role in receiving all the international aid, as well as providing aid, Egyptian aid in itself, as well as providing other services like helping border crossing overs, medical services and supplies to the injured, etc. How do you see the Egyptian role with regards to not just humanitarian aid, but other services, the provision of different services to the Palestinian brothers and sisters?
Besides the official government, and from day one, President Sisi have ordered all the Egyptian organs and ministry to help the cause of alleviating the suffering of the Palestinian people. We put all the crossing, all the Egyptian ports and airports in the service of this cause. And I want to hail in this point the Egyptian people and the NGOs and private societies that really played an important role in gathering all aid in kind or financial aid and to send them to their fellow Palestinians across the border. Because, I mean, I do believe that historically we fought two wars for the Palestinian cause, and we do have the Palestinian cause in our hearts and in every heart of every Egyptian. So Egypt always was shouldering the main burden of the Palestinian cause.
Absolutely. Your Excellency, Ambassador Ayman Meshrafa, former Assistant to the Foreign Minister, thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your time.